Not far from the moon, Thanos creates his citadel with the power of the Infinity Gauntlet. An Avenger crashes into him. The plane crashes on Titan and turns into a pile of debris. Thanos lifts them over his head and sees how Avengers in Titan armor land on his base. Black Widow will attack Thanos, but her blows do not harm him. Thanos, using the glove, squeezes Natasha's armor, threatening to crush her. Hawkeye shoots an ice arrow at the Titan and saves the Widow. The villain breaks the ice. Thor attacks Thanos, but the Titan strikes the armor of the God of Thunder and Thor flies out of them and flies towards the moon. The Avengers see on the surface of the moon a trace of a blow and at the place where Thor fell. Thanos uses a glove and causes natural disasters on Earth. The Captain commands to attack. The Hulk rushes at Thanos, but the Titan easily throws him aside. The Widow gets out of the armor and asks the Avengers to cover her. The Hulk destroys the support under Thanos' feet, but he quickly creates a new support for himself. Thor returns from the moon and rushes at the enemy. Thanos grabs the Widow and covers himself with her. Thor stops his blow. Thanos throws Natasha into outer space. Thor rushes after her and saves his girlfriend. The Hulk runs into Thanos again, but he just ignores him, turning his back. Stark says he needs the readings of all the stones. Barton says they need to get Thanos to attack them with the most powerful artifacts in the universe, but they can't even get his attention. The Captain says Thanos has a weakness, his ego. The Avengers begin to insult Thanos. He attacks them with the power of the Time Stone. The Avengers instantly age, and then fly into dust. Only Thor remains. Time only gives him strength. Thor rushes at Thanos and he himself falls under the action of the Time Stone. Thanos instantly gets older, but immediately returns everything back. The Avengers return. The Avengers begin to swear and then fight among themselves. Tony realizes that Thanos is using the Mind Stone. The Hulk stops his friends and forces them to attack Thanos. Thanos makes the Avengers feel angry, but he did not know that the angrier the Hulk, the stronger he is. The Hulk attacks Thanos and deals him crushing blows. The rest of the Avengers join the attack. Thanos stops using the Mind Stone. The Avengers apologize to each other. Thanos uses the Space Stone and teleports behind the heroes' backs. He attacks each in turn. The Widow and Hawkeye quickly find a system in the Titan's appearances and Barton shoots him at every appearance, preventing him from striking. Stark imprints Thanos into the ground and Thor throws a hammer on Titan's face. Tony removes the Infinity Glove from the villain's hand. The shackled Thanos is led along the corridor of the S.H.I.E.L.D. aircraft carrier. Fury says that Thanos' attack has united humanity and all wars and conflicts are over. The Captain asks what happened to the Red Skull. Fury replies that he himself came and surrendered. The Captain can't believe this. He throws a shield at Thanos. The Captain says that Thanos uses the Reality Stone to deceive the Avengers. The heroes attack the Titan all together. The heroes come to their senses at Thanos' base. Titan decides to use the Power Stone against them. He throws Thor and the Hulk away. The Falcon attracts Titan's attention. Thanos tries to hit the flying hero. The Avengers grab Thanos. He uses the power of all the stones and the Iron Man shatters into pieces. Thanos sees that all this time the armor was empty. Thanos transfers Stark and his laboratory to his base. Huge stone hands hold all the Avengers. Tony says that he just finished restoring Arsenal. He only needed data about each of the Infinity Stones. Thanos attacks Arsenal, but he absorbs the energy of the stones. Arsenal removes the glove from Thanos and Titan is transferred to Earth. Here he is attacked by the Avengers. Thor throws Thanos into the air with a hammer blow and Tony impresses the Titan into the asphalt with a repulsor shot. Tony wants to take the glove from Arsenal, but he does not give it back. Arsenal turns into Ultron, who penetrated Stark's robot while the Avengers were fighting Thanos. Ultron absorbs the energy of the stones and flies away. The Avengers hand Thanos over to the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Captain tells Tony that Ultron will not hide, and they will definitely return Arsenal. Above the Avengers Tower is a huge black funnel from which lightning strikes. Thor directs lightning bolts at the grill and roasts sausages. Hawkeye praises Thor for this method of cooking. The Hulk approaches the grill and eats all the sausages. Tony appears and brings a box of drinks. The Avengers rest after defeating Thanos. The Falcon demonstrates his success in target shooting. Natasha hits targets without even looking. A gloomy one appears. Captain America asks Tony to go down to the main hall. There he says that he has identified 3 possible locations of Ultron. Tony calms down a friend. He says that he has created an application to track all the actions of Ultron. The captain is going to have a snack with the team, but suddenly the tower is shaken by explosions. The Avengers hideout is attacked by a giant robot. The robot climbs the tower. He is attacked by the captain and Iron Man. Cap jumps on the robot and breaks a couple of guns, but the robot drops the hero. The captain is picked up by the Falcon. The robot shoots at the tower. The balcony collapses under the Widow and Hawkeye and they fall down. Thor drops the robot to the ground. The Falcon finds weaknesses in the robot's armor and informs his friends about it. The Avengers attack the robot and destroy it. The captain and the Falcon say that it looks like an Ultron attack. But Tony is confident in his application. He takes a data bank from the destroyed robot to find out who attacked them. In the workshop, Tony says that he created a program to destroy Ultron. The Falcon connects to the robot's data bank and says that it was created in the company of Justin Hammer. The Avengers fly to the villain's factory. Here they are attacked by a squad of robots. The Falcon says that it is necessary to destroy the biggest one that controls everyone. The Avengers destroy robots. Stark attacks the leader. Hammer is sitting in the main robot. He asks Tony to save him. Hammer claims that his robots act on their own. The Widow hacks the memory of one of the robots and says that Hammer is not lying. Thor strikes lightning into the factory and all robots are turned off. Hammer shouts that he will sue Stark for destroying the plant. Tony discovers the digital trail of AIEM and the Avengers head to the island of villains. And the Avenger Tony downloads a program to destroy Ultron on a special device. The heroes arrive on the island. In the jungle, they stumble upon screens. They are greeted by Ultron. Automatic guns open fire on the heroes. Tony asks the captain to cover him so that he makes his way to the base of Ultron and use the device with a shredder. Tony arrives at the base and sees Ultron. Stark is attacked by Ultron's mechanical snakes. Tony falls, but the Avengers attack the snakes. Tony fights Ultron. Stark shoots Ultron with a device with a destroyer, but Ultron evades. The robot tears off pieces of armor from Stark and beats him. Ultron ties Tony up and prepares to kill. The robot is attacked by the captain. Ultron starts fighting the Avengers. The robot is very strong and resists all the power of the heroes. Tony takes off his armor. To free himself, he sneaks up to Ultron and inserts his device into the robot's neck. Ultron falls to the floor. Stark tries to destroy Ultron and restore the arsenal. The captain asks Tony to simply destroy the villain, but Stark does not want. After losing the arsenal, Ultron wakes up and escapes, triggering the self-destruct mechanism of the shelter. The Avengers fly off the island and return to the tower. The captain comes to Stark and says he can't be in the team because he doesn't trust Stark. The captain leaves his Avenger card and leaves. An Adaptoid penetrates into the Roxxon Company building. He deals with the guards, but the Avengers attack him. The Hulk imprints the Adaptoid into the wall. The Adaptoid throws the Avengers. He repels all the attacks of the heroes. Spider-Man appears and attacks the Adaptoid. Stark says that he invited the spider to replace the captain. The Widow knocks the spider to the floor, saving him from the attack the Adaptoid. The Avengers continue the fight with the Adaptoid. Stark tells Spider that they are fighting Ultron. The Adaptoid's head turns into Ultron's head. Ultron takes the Avengers at gunpoint. Captain America jumps off his shield and covers the Avengers with a shield. He asks Tony if he knew that Ultron captured the Adaptoid's body, and Stark says that of course he knew. The Widow is angry at Tony for another deception. The captain fights with Ultron. Stark orders to shoot Ultron. Hulk and Thor attack in close combat, but Ultron repels all attacks. Stark says it's time to use the secret weapon. The Hulk throws the spider right in Ultron. Spider ensnares the robot network. The Avengers burst into the room with chemicals. Tony says you need Ultron robots. Not this. Jarvis scans the room and says that the signs of robots is not detected, but a group of robots is approaching. Ultron breaks the line captain with S.H.I.E.L.D. and commands to the robotic assault shield to arrive for stripping. Landing down to the place of battle, Ultron quickly grabs the S.H.I.E.L.D. robots and the Avengers attack Ultron and Captain. Heroes destroy the robots. Ultron destroys the building. The Spider shield from Web, Hulk, and Thor out of the rubble and help out the rest of Ultron. Hangs in the air and attacks the captain. Says that we are approaching the aircraft carrier S.H.I.E.L.D. Ultron, voice of the captain, informs Fury that robots took on the form of the Avengers. Nick sends drones to attack. Hawkeye shoots an arrow electromagnetoid Ultron. Ultron leaves the body adaptoid and loaded back into the arsenal. Captain and Tony begin to swear, but they are stopped by the Spider drones attack the Avengers. The Widow and the Captain can't get Fury. Spider jumps on drones and blows them up one by one. Thor, Hulk, and Falcon also destroy drones. Spider making faces at the camera of one of the drones. Fury realizes that these drones are attacking the Avengers and interrupts the attack, but the missiles are released. The Roxxon building explodes. Jarvis reports that Ultron attacks the Avengers Tower. Ultron enters the vault armor with Iron Man, still flies to the tower. Natasha tells Clint that he did not know whose side will remain. When will it end? Jarvis informs Stark that the trap has worked. The Avengers come to Stark's vault and see the captive Ultron. Tony says that he specifically asked Jarvis to disable the tower's protection to lure the villain. The Widow is again unhappy that Tony is taking such a risk without warning the team. Thor supports Stark. The tower begins to shake. Jarvis says that this is an attack Ultron. The captive Ultron turns into a simple robot and falls to the floor. Tony realizes that he was deceived. Ultron breaks into the building and orders Jarvis to disconnect. Tony's suits activate and step on the Avengers. The heroes fight with Iron Man suits. Tony's suit turns off and falls to the floor. The Falcon manages to hack the suits and disable them. Tony returns to the ranks, but now the Avengers are being attacked by Mstigit. Ultron wants to destroy Stark's satellite systems and drop satellites on the largest cities in the world. Tony breaks through the floors of the building and descends into a secret room. He turns off all equipment in the tower and in the entire Stark network. The towers are shaken by explosions. Ultron flies out of the tower and disappears from view. Tony tells the Avengers that he turned off all the equipment except the suit to get rid of Ultron. The Spider is unhappy with Stark and the Captain. He leaves the tower. The Captain suggests the Avengers leave Tony and join him. The Widow, Falcon, and the Hulk leave with the Captain. Barton and Thor stay with Tony. Ultron watches Stark from the satellite. He says that the first phase is over. The Avengers have split up. Dear friends, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. This is important to me.